Welcome to our third day of Breakfast with Bob from beautiful Laguna Phuket. We're here for the Challenge Laguna Phuket, and we are on triathlete.com each and every day. Our next guest from Challenge Taiwan, Micheal Dhulst. Micheal, how are you?
I'm very good. Very happy to be here. Very happy to be in Phuket, and very happy to talk to you, Bob.
Well, I like the shirt. Listen to Bob.
Special occasion.
Exactly, exactly. I love that. So you obviously have not been a race director forever. This is a new thing for you with Challenge Taiwan.
Yeah.
Take us back a little bit. Well, when did you decide that you wanted to get into the race directing business? You were racing yourself, I'm imagining.
Yeah, I was racing my. Actually, it's actually a very new career I'm trying out.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I came to Asia. I've been in Asia for a while, since 2004.
And where were you from originally?
Originally from Belgium.
Okay,
And
so
then
the land of Luc van Leeuwen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now we're getting popular in the sport.
Yes.
Yeah, I came from Belgium. I moved for China for work. I worked in China.
Auto industry.
Automotive industry.
Okay.
Volkswagen, German brand, already early associations.
Nice.
Yeah.
So in terms of, were you marketing? What were you doing?
Business development.
Okay.
Yeah, and localizations and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. So and a very interesting days in China. Loved Asia. Actually, I wanted to come to Asia because I like the dynamics here. People are enthusiastic. People want to move forward. There's really still a push.
Yes.
So I love that. And I did Volkswagen for 7 years. And then after 7 years in China, I needed a break. I wanted to go back to sports, doing a bit of sports.
Right.
Like in my university days in school, I was already very active in sports. And like 7 years of China, it didn't really make it possible to do a lot of sports. So I said, okay, I need a break. Let's do a bit of sports. And then somehow stumbled back into triathlon, something I had done like when I was...
you had done it when you were younger.
Yeah, they had some Belgium has always been good in triathlon. Luc van Leeuwen, he set the pace. I mean, and since then it's been popular. So I've done some Olympic distances. Came back. Went to Taiwan actually because in China, I mean, the pollution, everything.
It's very difficult to ride, run, and swim there, right?
Yeah.
But Taiwan, now did you go to Taiwan primarily to continue in the auto industry?
No, I went to Taiwan actually. I took a break. So I said to the automotive industry, I said, okay, 1 year, I just want to have some time off because it was been a very busy few projects I've done in China. I want to do a 1 year time off. I want to just rethink what is my future, what I want to do for the future.
Right.
And well, they agreed to it. They say, okay, good. You take like a sabbatical. I went to Taiwan. Well, Taiwan is just beautiful. I mean, I like to continue speak Chinese, so that's why I choose Taiwan. And I heard about Taiwan that it's very lush, it's very friendly people. Yeah. I mean, it's the island atmosphere. It's like Hawaii, right?
Like Hawaii, exactly.
Island atmosphere. So I went there, and I mean, you have a city like Taipei. Actually, I mean, it's a big city, but still small. Like within 15 minutes, you're out of the city. You have like beautiful jungle forests. You're close to the ocean. Everything.
Great places to ride and run.
Great. I mean, it's a great place to do business, but it's also a great place to ride and run. And the people are very enthusiastic about outdoor activities. So, I mean, I loved it. You know, I immediately fell in love with the place actually.
And it seems like your timing was perfect with the growth of triathlon in Asia.
Yeah. I mean, at that time in Taiwan, they had a few Olympic distances events. Not too many yet. But the people were very enthusiastic about it, and this is something typical about the Taiwan people. They love it and they just do it.
Right.
Now that I'm running the event, I have like guys, I want to do a triathlon. Never done it before. Let's do full distance.
Yeah.
And they just go out there and have fun. You know, they don't have no nutrition strategy, nothing. You know, they just go out and have fun. And they even stop at 7-Eleven, buy a little bit of noodles and
during the race.
Yeah, during the race.
I love that.
They finish within our time limits. I mean, they just do it on their own pace. They have no stress. They enjoy themselves, and they finish the race.
So
and
they're not coming
fun.
into it. Oh, I got these expectations. I need to qualify for this. They're doing it. It's an experience.
Yeah, it's an experience.
And so you're getting back in the triathlon. You're racing yourself. When did it come to you that you wanted to put on your own event?
I mean, it's by coincidence. So I was racing. I love the lifestyle. I mean, I love the people in the sports. I mean, I raced all over Asia, and just loving it.
Yeah.
And then after a year, I said, okay, now I've done my sabbatical. I mean, I said I'd do a year. I'll go back to work, right? So I went back into Shanghai for work. But after 8 months, I just said, okay, this is not what I want to do. You know, I'm still young.
Right. Yes.
I want to try to live the dream, right?
Exactly.
And somehow got in touch with Felix. we talked about things. I mean, Challenge was at that time it's now expanding a
Yes.
lot. They were very interested in Asia. I say, look, I have this beautiful spot here. Got introduced to Murphy.
Yes.
Murphy decided to come to Taiwan. I showed him where we wanted to do the race, and he was sold. You know, he said, okay, let's do it.
Wow.
I mean, and that was September, August 2012, and we had our first race in May 2013. So
So May 2013, your first race,
Yeah.
and a half?
a half and a full.
Oh, you
Both
did a
distance.
half and a full.
Yeah, because we are located in the east part of Taiwan,
Yep.
and that's like rugged terrain. I mean, it's a bit more difficult to reach. I mean, there's a flight which
Right.
takes 55 minutes, and you're at our race course.
Right.
But there is not so much traffic. There's not so much people.
Right.
Because you have the beautiful coast, and then next to the coast immediately you have mountains which go up to 3,000 meters.
So it's a tough course.
It's not a tough course. It's a beautiful course. It's actually
It's scenic. That's what we
no.
say. When a course is tough, we'll say it's scenic.
No, it's actually. I mean, it's
It's-
because it's along the coast the whole
Yeah,
time.
okay.
It's undulating. I think like we had. I mean, our pros did like 8 hours 15.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Yeah, yeah.
reasonably fast. I would say for people who get into the sports, it's a great course.
Okay.
Because our swim is actually an oversized swimming pool. It's a man-made lake which is
Yeah.
1.1 k long.
Oh my God.
2 meters deep, and it's water which comes from a spring, so it's crystal clear water. And we do a 2 lap for the full. We do a 1 lap for
So
the
if you
half.
get tired, you can stand up.
Well, you have to be 2 meters and a half, but
Oh, yeah, yeah.
basically yes.
you can get close to touch it.
Yeah, but I mean, you feel comfortable because
Right.
you can see the bottom, you can see the sides. It's a pool atmosphere, so you feel comfortable. That is,
Yeah.
and that is very key in Asia also.
I was going to say because I'm betting the swim is a detriment a lot of times, or it's something that people are afraid of
Yes,
to get in the
definitely.
sport of triathlon everywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm imagining, especially in Asia, people might not have been exposed to swimming.
Yeah. I mean, people in Taiwan, they know how to run. I mean,
Yes.
they have so many running events around. They know how to cycle. I mean, cycle industry is
Right.
comes from Taiwan.
Right.
So, but I mean, swimming is obviously a bit more difficult. And the ocean, I mean, being an island off the coast of China, I mean,
Yes.
exposed to the Atlantic, I mean, it can be a bit
Scary.
scary. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the waves can be big. So, I mean, we are blessed with this swimming environment actually.
And so your first time out last May, how many people?
Last May, we had 650 people split over both events.
Nice. So for
Yeah.
first time event,
Yeah.
and this year already, your event's in April this year.
Yeah,
And how many
exactly.
people do you have signed up already?
We are now over 1,100.
So the goal is to try to get towards 1,500.
Yes, exactly.
For-
And
so-
we're very, very bullish about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
And-
coming from a business background, how important was that with the success? Because there's, like you said, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of events out there, not just triathlon, but you've got running events, the color run, tough. You've got the mud events, everything. There's so many things out
Yeah.
there now. How did you separate yourself from other events out there and
Um,
create buzz around it?
I think the key was for us to come in strong.
Right.
You know? Because we're talking to Murphy. Murphy has agreed with us to say, okay, this is a great location, let's do it. But then the question is, what do you go? Because it's the first time Challenge comes to Asia.
Right.
So we say, okay, do we wait 1 year? Do we promote the brand 1 year? Or we just go in strong, throw a great party,
Right.
family style, and convince the people by having a great event.
Right.
Although the time is obviously short. I mean, in 5 months you won't you won't convince a lot of international athletes to come to Taiwan and race. I mean, you have to basically find the athletes who somehow discover about your race and
Sure.
come. So it's a bit of tricky. But we decided to go with this strategy. And yeah, what we did is we separated ourselves from all the other events by just providing more quality, by just providing a better atmosphere. I mean, we immediately had German beer at the finish line. We did what Roth did with the 3-liter glasses of ale.
Yes.
So people were enjoying it, and they were felt, okay, this I haven't seen this. I mean, this is not what I've seen in Asia. And they bring this German culture. Plus, we had the Taiwanese food style at the finish line, so
Right.
people were really enjoying it. This festival kind of atmosphere, and I think that's what convinced all the people to say, okay, next year we all go now.
So when I look at the proliferation of events now, I mean, Ironman's growing all over the
Yeah.
world. Challenge is growing. There's so many different events. How important is it? Because you've got this international brand,
Yeah.
but how important is it to still have a local connection to that international brand?
I mean, I think that's why the people want to be part of it, because you have both. They participate in an international event,
Right.
but their national pride is also in there.
Yes.
So that's what we try to do with everything. We try to have our finish line, obviously, where we do the German reminders, the big beer glass. We have sausages, we do spätzle, all the typical things.
Typical Taiwan stuff.
Yeah, but, I mean, we do the
But
typical.
that's great.
I mean, that's why they come, right? They participate
Different.
in an international event, so they want to see that it's international, right?
They want the flavor of an
Yes.
event where the event company is based out of Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also do the typical Taiwan style. I mean, now last year we had like typical Taiwan style food, noodle soups and foods at the finish line also. This year we want to expand that, and we want to do also Taiwan kind of style snacks at aid stations, because they have their own variations of what we know as power bars or gels.
What do they use?
They have like a bean kind of cake which they eat, which gives them sugars. I mean,
Yes.
and they love it. I mean, they even like salty snacks, like a kind of a rice soup they like to have at.
So rice soup at the aid stations.
Yes, yes. I mean, not every aid station, but at
some of-
specific
yes.
aid stations, people like it. I mean, it's
It's
what
got to
they.
be something that they're used to.
Yes, exactly.
That's really what it comes
exactly,
down to.
Exactly. So we're trying to combine these two flavors, and obviously we do typical things like we have the Aboriginal dancing. There's a lot of tribes in the
Yes.
in the east of
Oh,
Taiwan,
I didn't
because
realize that. Huh.
there's still a lot of tribes. I mean, it's very comparable to Hawaii. I mean,
Okay.
they look similar. Let's say
Yes.
they have similar dress codes, everything. So
Yes.
it's these nice reminders that also international athletes know from triathlon, which actually come back and give also a local flavor.
Yeah.
So it's this nice mishmash. Yeah.
So coming from business development in auto industry to becoming a race director for an international event in Taiwan, how tough was that transformation for you?
I mean, it's fueled by passion, right? And if it's fueled by passion, it always
couldn't
makes
agree
it,
more.
It always makes it
Absolutely, yeah.
easy. I mean, obviously, there's I mean, if you work as an expat in China, it's financially rewarding, you know.
Yes.
But now it's rewarding to do what I love, to see that the people are enthusiastic about it, that I can also still. I mean, now I go out a bike ride and I'm somehow working, you know.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're working because you're carrying your phone.
Yeah,
You can write it off. It's a
Or
business trip.
it's course recognition, you know.
Yes, you're going out there. I'm looking for new courses. That's good.
Exactly.
So my watchers are probably going, okay, why is this guy got a sling on? What happened?
Well, I like racing, and I crashed in a cycling race 2 weeks ago. Very unfortunate, because I was hoping to race here. I mean,
Yeah.
I started this event a few times, and I want to see now. I mean, if Challenge runs it, how much more fun it is.
Exactly.
But yeah, crashed 2 weeks ago, broke my collarbone,
Ah.
needed surgery. I'll be back soon enough, but
Yes.
now I need a few months rest.
And when you look at what you've done in a year, taking an event that started with 650 and now you're probably going to get 1,500 second time out, do you see yourself expanding into doing more events, or just focusing on Challenge Taiwan and making that something really unique?
I want to make it something really unique. I want to make it. I mean, obviously, we want to add some more events also. But the first focus should be to have a solid race there,
Right.
high quality race. And I mean, we want to also set up like travel packages that people come from overseas. It's more convenient.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, Phuket, everybody knows, right?
Right.
I mean, everybody knows that it's easy to get to. But Taiwan, not many people know about it. So we need to take our athletes and we need to help them a little bit.
Right.
So we're starting this year already to work with some travel packages from Australia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan. But I mean, we have to expand that into the US.
U.S., yes.
People have to come to our race. I mean, but we want to give service to our athletes. It has to
Right.
be convenient for them, and it's just like, oh, I want to go. Here's the package. I
Right.
can go, and we offer the whole experience of Taiwan. Great food, great nature, friendly people. Everything has to be in there.
So if somebody's coming from it's a long trip when you come
a
from the
long
U.S. for
yeah.
something like that. When you're coming to Challenge Taiwan, what type of travel would you put together? Once you've done the race, what else do you need to do in Taiwan?
You need to see Taipei. Taipei used to have the highest building in the world until Dubai now raised
Yes.
something higher, and it's impressive because Taipei is very earthquake prone.
Yes.
So actually, most of the buildings are up to like 20, 30 floors, and then there's one with 110 floors.
Oh
so
my God.
it's an impressive site as such.
Yeah, yeah.
And then of course you can visit the building, and it's beautiful. The city is beautiful. The city is very interesting. They have like nice river parks, and it's surrounded by hills,
Yeah.
which lush rainforest. Plus they have the typical Chinese culture. I think they have the museum, Gugong Museum,
Mm-hmm.
which has the most antique, the biggest collection of antique Chinese artifacts in the world. So I mean, a little bit of history, like when Chiang Kai-shek fled the communists in
Yes.
China.
Yes.
He basically retreated in Taiwan, was
Yep.
supported by the US, and
Yes.
trying to build an army to go back and conquer the communists. But he took a lot of the artifacts. and he stored them, and now they're on display in this museum in Taiwan, and this is world famous museum.
Wow.
So this is definitely worth it. Otherwise, I mean, Taiwan has great food.
Yes.
It has taken many of the Chinese dishes and made them just so much more interesting. They have good influence from Japan. They have been colonized by Japanese, so they have very great Japanese kitchen. I mean, it's all there. So
It's very diverse.
yeah, it's very diverse. Beautiful temples.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is what Taipei has to offer. And then if you go on the east coast where we are based, you have the Taroko Gorge. It's one of the most beautiful gorges in the world, and this is actually where.
Is that where you broke? Oh, nice. It wasn't that beautiful that day, was it?
Well, I mean, it was a bit painful, but still beautiful.
Love that.
I mean, and it goes up from sea level. The race goes up from sea level, and we race until 3,200 meters. So it's incredible. I mean, the different elevations you have on such a short distance is incredible.
Love that.
Yeah.
Michael, thanks for coming in.
Thank
And it's
you.
must going to be hard for you tomorrow not racing, huh?
Well, I mean, I enjoy the party. You know.
Okay.
That's
That seems like a big part of what Challenge is all about, the
Yeah,
party.
Exactly. I mean, it's a family atmosphere, being part of it and being there at the finish line, cheering and enjoying racing, but also enjoying cheering. You know, that's it.
Love
both
that.
of it.
Well, you think about it, from the Ironman tradition to the finish line is always the place
Yeah,
to be.
exactly. I mean, that's why people prepare so long to be part of such an event,
Yes.
right?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Micheal Dhulst has been our guest. Again, it's Challenge Taiwan. We are at Breakfast with Bob. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're streaming on triathlete.com. Hold on, everyone. We will be right back.